giving answers to every student. There is nothing special about anybody. I'm giving answers to every student who is raising the hand. Even if any typing also, I'm giving the answer to every student, not one or two student. Anybody I can give the answer. If it is putting the question in the chat window, if it is urgency, or at the end of the class also I can give. Not an issue. If you are too much excited to know your answer, you can type it. No issue. So my requirement is like this. I want to store, I want to store, I want to store values of student, values of student, values of student, values of student. I want to go for it. So how do you store the values of student here? How can you go for storing the values of student? Like I want to store SNO and name, S name, and then marks, and then college name. I just want to store like this. What these are all called? Multiple values. Multiple values these are. So can I store all these values in int type? Come on. No. Can I store these values in float? No. Bool? We can't. We can't. Can we store it in complex? No. Can we store it in str? No. Can we store it into bytes and byte array? No. Can we store it into range also? No. We cannot store in these values. I would like to store these many number of values into one variable. In one variable, I want to store, right? I want to store values of student. I want to store values of student. I want to store values of employee. Values of employee like ENO, like E-name, like salary, designation, like this data I want to store. Like this I want to store in a single variable. I want to store values of account holder, account holder in a bank. Like ACNO I want to store, like customer name I want to store, like your no store balances, like your PIN, like your address, like your mobile number, etc. I want to store. Values of employee I want to store. Values of account holder I want to store. These many things I want to store. Next, I want to store about what? Values of citizen. Values of citizen I want to store. Like an Aadhaar card number I want to store. Aadhaar card number I want to store. Next, I want to store about citizen name I want to store. And a mobile number I want to store. Address I want to store, etc. These values I want to store. These values I want to store. So coming to the point of it, it is going to be something like this. Just I want to go for entering like this. Nada Sad, there is a blunder, listen the class. Nada Sad, there is a blunder, listen the class. Now coming to the point of it, I want to store something like this. This is the one, this is the details I want to store. So what is the general thing is, general thing is, general point is, so listen Nada Sad, it's a blunder, listen the class. And don't be overexcited. Because of that you'll get a problems unnecessarily. So here general thing is I want to store multiple values. I want to store by observing this kind of thing. Multiple values I want to store of which type, same type I want to store, same type I want to store, or different type I want to store, or different type I want to store, different type I want to store, or both the types I want to store. Both the types I want to store. Both the types. Both the types I want to store. Both the types I want to store. Multiple values of same type, different type, and both the types I want to store. Same type, different type, both the types I want to store. To store these many number of with unique and duplicates with unique and duplicates I want to store. In which object I want to store? In single object I want to store. How can you store these many details like this? Multiple values of same type, different type, both the types with unique and duplicate values in single object. This type of values you want to store, I will go for what? List category data types. What is the use of list category data types? I'm writing here. So the purpose of list category data types is that to store to store multiple values, to store multiple values, either of same type or different type, to store multiple values, either of same type, either of same type, either of same type, or what? Different type, different type, or both the types, or both the types in both the types with unique and duplicates, both the types with unique and duplicates, with unique and duplicates in single object, in single object. To store this type of values, we go for which type? List type. So coming to the point of it, Nada Sada is written something, is written something. There he written dictionary. Dictionary I did not explain. Did I explain? This is called over smart, we can call over smart. I did not explain dictionary, and he is saying something here. So when I am keeping list heading, why I will explain dictionary? Dictionary never allows duplicates, first of all. Dictionary never allows duplicates. He is typing that. So this is called over smart unnecessarily. He is getting a tension and he making me to put something wrong in the chart window. I'll definitely overreact on it. So coming to the point, another Sat, are you getting what I'm talking about it? Are you understanding what I'm talking? So both the types with unique and duplicate things in a single object. For that, we'll go for what? List category. In Python programming, in Python programming, we have we have we have two types of list category data types. We have two types of list category data types. They are, number one is called a list. Number two is called tuple. Tuple, we will go for it. List is called what mutable, mutable, and tuple is called what immutable, immutable. This is called immutable. So when do you go for immutable? When do you go for tuple? We are going to discuss in the class. So this part we are first entering into where list part we are going to discuss. List part we are entering into the first discussion with a list. So what is the use of list category? Every type is having its own discussion. List category, set category, dict category, having its own discussion will be there. I've seen it already. I've seen you because you are having a red t-shirt. I've seen it already. You came at what time? 4:17 you came. You stand there up to 4:27. You stand there because you came late. You wait there. 4:15 if you come, you will be allowed. Still late, you have to wait there only until your time reaches. Because you came late, equal punishment is required. Otherwise, Newton will not accept it. What is the Newton's third law? Oh, equal and opposite reaction. So 7 minutes late, 7 minutes you need to stand up on time. Am I coming late? Is my subject is coming down? Speak out. No. Then why you come late? Why you come late? Is your parents are giving less money? No. If your parents are giving less clothes, no, everything is fine. Why you will come late? Why that lazy? That's why I want to set right my students. When I set right, you will set right others. That is my hope. When you come late, when I allow, it is simple. Okay, come in, I can say. But I don't want. It's my time waste. When I say good morning like that, I am not allowing. No internal marks here. Only purity in subject. Good subject. That's all. So here you want 1622, 1627, you will be allowed. Now, coming to a list here, list and then tuple. What is the use of list category? to store multiple values either of same type or different type or both the types with unique and duplicate values. With unique and duplicate values. So here, how many data types we are having? Two data types we have. The window open then. So two types of things are there available. Now I'm going to enter into the first data type called what? List. So let us go to the list. Let us go to the list data type now. Very, very important. List data type I'm going to talk about it. So as a part of the list, what I'm going to discuss, look into that. Sir, as a part of the list, what you are discussing, I just want to discuss here. So first one, I'm going to talk about what is list. What is list? I'm going to explain. Next is called what? Purpose of list. I'm going to tell you. Purpose of list. I'm going to tell you. Next, I'm going to tell about notations for organizing data, organizing data, organizing the data in list. And next, I'm going to talk about memory management. Memory management, you already know that. Memory management, management, memory management of list. Next, I'm going to talk about memory management of list. There we are having what students already you are aware of it. Positive indexing and negative indexing that I'll show you in the class that you are already well aware of it. And next is called what operations on what list, operations on list that you can do indexing as well as slicing. Indexing already, and next is slicing already we did. Varieties of example I said, sub points, sub points, most important points I said. Did you remember that? Have you seen any internet tutorials? Are they found? Are they found? No. So have you practiced it? Have you seen any tutorials? Total tutorials have you seen? Are you finding that? No. You search it. Read my notes strongly. And next we'll talk about types of list. We'll talk. Types of lists we'll talk. There we'll talk about what? Empty list. Empty list. Second one we'll talk about non-empty list. Non-empty list. Non-empty list. And next we'll talk about operations on list. Operations on list is over. The most important thing is predefined functions. Predefined functions. Predefined functions in list. I'm going to tell you a lot of predefined functions in list. Right. Next we are entering into programming examples. I'm going to discuss over there. Programming examples. Next, I'm going to talk about nested or inner list. Nested or what? Inner list. Nested or inner list. And followed by predefined functions. Predefined functions. Predefined functions in predefined functions of predefined functions in inner list or something. Next, I'm going to talk about programming examples. Then this is about index of what? List. Like everybody, what is list? I can complete it. Like what is everybody? Like I can complete it. Come in. So 1 minute before I am allowing you. 1 minute before. Are you regular to the sessions? How many data types? How many data types? You written hacker here. How many data types? How many data types, students? Full sound is coming. Full resound is coming. How many fundamental data types? Fundamental, come here. మీరంతా చాలా విఐపీస్ నాకు మీరంతా చెప్పిన వాళ్ళంతా విఐపీలు మీరు తెలుగు కదా తెలుగు స్టూడెంట్ అదే మనకు వచ్చిందా అది లైక్ స్టాండప్ వాట్ ఇస్ హౌ మెనీ ఫండమెంటల్ డేటా టైప్స్ హౌ మెనీ ఫండమెంటల్ డేటా టైప్స్ డోంట్ నో డోంట్ నో హౌ మెనీ ఫండమెంటల్ డేటా టైప్స్ వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ ఫ్లోట్ బోల్ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఇంకోటి మర్చిపోయా వాళ్ళది చెప్పాడు నేను వినలేదు int. Sequence category data types, how many? How many sequence categories? Hmm? How many sequence categories? What are those? చూసా రీసౌండ్ వస్తాం నీ దగ్గర సౌండే లేదు అసలు. నేను చదువుదాం అనుకుంటున్నావు లేదా? చదువుతావు. కూర్చో. రోజు ఇక్కడే కూర్చోవచ్చు. రోజు ఇక్కడే కూర్చో. ఎస్టర్డే యూ కేమ్ అబ్సెంట్. ఆన్లైన్, ఆన్లైన్, ఆఫ్లైన్ కంప్లీట్లీ నాట్ దేర్. ఓన్లీ ఎస్టర్డే. ఆన్లైన్ ఆల్సో నాట్ దేర్. నో ఆన్లైన్, నో ఆఫ్లైన్. అండర్లైనా? ఓకే. Listen. So come to the point of it. Anyhow, don't feel it when I ask a question. Because interviewer will ask tomorrow the questions. Okay? Now listen the class. At the end of the class, I'll ask you the questions on list. Be careful, listen. Keep the book there. Pen is there. Where? Hmm. Refill is there in that. Now, because I'm seeing these days some different symptoms. Morning, one student came, 11 o'clock. Pen is there, everything is there. He's just acting. He's acting. I got a doubt about it. When he's writing means at least he has to turn the paper, na. 1 hour onwards, I'm dictating something. He is need to turn the paper, na. He's writing there only. I got a doubt about it. Bring notes. I said he's not bringing. I said come in. He's bringing his friend note. He's about to take the pen book because I also came to that stage only now. So I said both of them come here. I said both the notebooks came. And if this student doesn't write even question also. I asked, where is your pen? Pen is there, refill is not there. Refill is there, but it was already over long back only. Acting. To whom you are acting? To whom? For KVR, sir. If you get a salary, you will give chocolate also you won't give to me. Said, why to act? Sincerely do by yourself hard working. Correct or not, students? Do by yourself good students. So you are in good class and good subject you will receive from my class. Learn, utilize my subject. Okay, right. Now I'm going to start about first one, properties of list. I am going to talk. Properties of list I am going to talk about it. Let us start about what is list here. So here I'm going to talk about what is the list concept I'm going to talk. So here, first point I'm going to talk as usual. What is the list? Very good. List is the very good. Is one of the predefined class. List is one of the predefined class, and treated as what? List data type. Treated as list data type. Very good. Next, the purpose of list data type. The purpose of list data type. List data type is that to store the values, which I wrote it already here. To store this part, I will carry as it is. So this I will write as it is. Is that to store multiple values of same type, different type, or both the types with unique and duplicates in the single object. Single object. That is the purpose of it. Sir, what is the notation for storing string data? The notation for the symbolic notation for organizing list data. Elements of list, the values in list must be stored, within, square brackets. Square brackets like this. Not Nada Sad said that like this. He said like this braces. That's why when Sar says you practice, you have to wait until Sar says. Up to doctor says you have to listen. If you use your own medicines, what will happen? Problem will come. That's why wait up to I say you are a good student, but you listen. Nothing wrong in listening. Should listen. So the values of what? List must be stored in square brackets, and values must be stored in, and I am the only one which I will overreact on my students' behavior. Because if my student do wrong, I cannot afford it. There is an affection on you people. If somebody do wrong, I never bother about it. But if they are in my class, I'll separate them. So that's why 80% success rate in my classes. What about the 20%? That is air batch. Air batch, nobody can solve it. Air batch is air batch only. So, Telugu, if I speak, Telugu people only can understand. Hindi students also need to get it. So, values must be stored within the square brackets and values must be separated by, what? Comma, comma, right? Let us have a syntax. Sir, what is the syntax? What is the syntax over it? Syntax I am writing. Variable name is equal to, I'm writing here, value 1, value 2, I said dot dot dot, comma what? Value n I said. Value 1, value 2, value n I said. Are you following this? So this value 1, value 2, value n, within what I said? Yes. Let us go to the examples. I'll write so many number of points, students. So many number of points I'll write it. So I'm going to carry this type of examples I will take out. Examples I will take out. So here I'm going to write it something like this. Go to the place, go to this place. Now I'm going to take a run as administrator. So I'm writing like this. LST is equal to, LST is equal to, I'm writing 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 10 comma 20 comma 50 comma 60 comma some 12 if I write it. Duplicates are there. Duplicates are available. Duplicates are available. And same type of values, integers are available here. So print of what LST comma type of LST. So you got the data LST, you got it. Whatever order I entered, in the same order elements are displayed. Now I'm going to write it. LST1 is equal to LST1 is equal to black t-shirt. Are you listening? Black t-shirt. Are you listening? Black t-shirt. Stand up once. Lost. What is the symbolic notation for list? What is the symbolic notation for list? What is the symbolic notation for list? The come to VIP seat. These are all VIPs. The first row, these are all VIPs. Because when you go to the functions, front chairs are different. Marriages, front chair, nears and dears only will sit. So, come to the back, keep the bag aside, I said. Relax. Listen, you're thinking somewhere, correct? Think headache. Why? Problem, huh? Any problem? So Hindi student, Telugu, Hindi, Telugu. Don't worry. So you want water? No, no. Listen, your headache will go. Please spell out. Spell out. Okay? Headache will go, no problem. Right. Still there is a headache. You come after a few minutes. I'll tell you one tablet. You use it, that will go. Okay, na? Because I also will get frequently. Headache will come for me also. Why headache will me I get it? Because by seeing your wrong answers, I'll get headache first. That's why I'll use one headache tablet regularly. Not regularly. Generally, most of the time I don't get. If anything very severe it is coming, I will take one tablet. That will over within half an hour. Relax. I'll tell you. Still it is there. You ask me, I'll tell you. Otherwise, you speak Python. Python will set right the headache. List 1 is equal to 10 comma 10 comma. What is your name? Vamshi. 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 Comma. So 45.67. And next is called what you know, true. And I'm writing 2 plus 3j, 2 plus 3j. And next is called something like this. And he's learning Python. I'm writing something like what? Python. I am just writing it. This is my data, which I'm writing over here, which I'm writing over here. Everything is separated by what? Comma. Now I'm writing there print of LST1 comma type of LST1 I'm writing. So got the data. Whatever order we entered, in the same order data will be displayed. So list maintains what order? Insertion order. So I'll write it here. An object of list, an object of list maintains, an object of list maintains which order? Insertion order. Do you know the meaning of insertion order? What is the meaning of insertion order? Whatever order we enter the data, in the same order elements will be displayed. Sir, where you have written that, sir? Bytes, if you take it, bytes object maintains insertion order. Bytes maintains insertion order here. An object of bytes maintains insertion order. Whatever the order we insert or organize, in the same order data will be displayed. That is comes under what? Insertion order. So here if you want, I can paste that. Whatever the order the data we insert or organize, in the same order, the data will be displayed. This is about what? Maintains insertion order. Did you understand? Whatever the way you organized, the same data which will be done. So multiple values of same type, multiple values of different type, all of them are available. And the list is called what here? Class. And this part I will carry forward. Carry forward. Here I'm writing examples now. I'll write examples in this place. Coming to this place, I'm writing first part of the example. List is very, very important, students. In programming, list is having a unique role. So try to have look into this area. Next, I'll go to coming to the point back. What is this list is going to organize further? Students, you try to observe it. Take an example of list, you take it. Take an example of this one, list. Or you take an example of this one, Vamsi list, you take it. Here I'm going to take a display this ID of what? ID of list one, you take it. ID of list one, you take it. This is my data. And Vamsi marks here. LST of what I'm saying? LST1 of 0 is going to give you what? 10. And the memory management of LST will be like this. Same as like this. 10 here, Vamsi here, and 45.67 here. Like that, I have some values. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, so on what? N minus 1 it is going to come. This is called what? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, so on what it is. Minus n we got it. Same positive indices. And next is called what? Negative indices. You know, already we are very good in this area. Understand, girls? Right. Now, students, LST1 of 0 will give you what? 0th indexed value. LST of what I'm saying? LST1 of minus 1. What is the value coming? Python is coming. LST of what? 1 of what I'm doing? 0 colon 2 I am saying. 0 colon 2. I'm getting 0 colon 2 means what? 0 to 2 minus 1. What is the answer is coming? 0 to 1 is going to come. Are you following me? So LST of what I'm doing now? 0 colon 4 I'm going to say. It is going to give you what? LST. That means the first one. LST1 you take it. It is going to give you 4. 4 means what? Minus 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 here. 4 minus 1 is called what? 3. 2 here you are going to get. If you want to get alternative elements, you can get it. Alternative elements, you will get it. LST of 1. LST of 1. Is it alternative elements are coming or not? LST of what you know? LST 1 of what? Colon 2 you are getting. From 1 onwards, the values will 1, 2, and Python is going to come. So on the object of what? Come on to the point. On the object of list, on the object of list, we can perform both indexing and slicing operations. Indexing and slicing operations. So indexing will be getting single value. Slicing will give you what? more than one value will be obtaining. So indexing will give you this data, and slicing indexing is going to give you this data. And next is called what, slicing will give you what? Group of values will be coming here. Group of values are going to come. This part is not necessary. And take this data here. These are values we are getting it. And finally, we are going to get it here. Finally, we are going to get it. LST of this data and LST of one colon. These are all indexing and what? Slicing based operations we got it. Now, I'll go to the one more discussion here. Online students, carefully try to follow. Take that LST1, take the LST1, ID you take it. I decided to update this Vamshi with ROSUM. ROSUM. What is the index of this Vamshi here? 1. How do you locate this LST1? LST1 of the data will be coming. But I want to update with ROSUM is equal to ROSUM. So this is known as what? Updating. At which address? Same address. ROSUM. At which address? So is it mutable or immutable? Come on. Mutable. I want to update 10 ROSUM 45.67 with the three values I want to update. This is called index based updation. I want to update more than one value I want to update. LST1 of LST1 of 0 colon 3 0 colon 3 0 1 2 0 colon 3 means 0 colon 3 minus 1. I want to write it 100 comma one of the scientist name I will write it Travis, comma 66.66. I'm saying, see that students, I got it replaced with that. And at which address? This is called what? List object belongs to what? Mutable. So I'm going to give you the answer here. LST we got a data. LST we got a data. Any of this you already understood. Replaced with it. Data is available like this. And we are going to replace with the slicing index based modification. This is known as what? Index based modification. Index based updation. Index based modification. I'm going to write it next term. Index based modification. And I'm going to write it here. Slice based modification. Slice based modification. So I'm going to write it slice based modification. I hope you are following me. This is about indexing and slicing we are following, and I will write it. An object of list. An object of list belongs to what? Mutable. Mutable. Why mutable, sir? Because list object allows us to update the value or values. Update allows us to update value or values either by using hmm, either by using indexing or that's all. Either by using indexing or slicing. This is about mutability, slicing operations. Are you clear? Right. Do students one thing. Now I'm going to tell you about the next part I'm going to enter. These are all properties. So here, beginning, I will go for list. So coming to the next part of the subject. See students, you are understanding what is list, purpose, notations, memory management, positive indexing, negative indexing, operations, I am entering into the further. See students, when your BTech is completed, what is your capacity of the brain? When BTech is completed, what is your brain? Not understanding. Huh? Good. Who is that? Good. Good. Like that. Again, covering. Very good. Empty. Empty. Girls are seeing. Yes. He said, we are unable to say. So, when you go to the vegetable market, you will take the bag or not? Beginning. Is there any vegetables inside the bag? So that is known as what? Empty. So why this part I'm saying is when you go to the Amazon test, recent question is they are giving one inner list data that is called matrix data they are giving like this 10, 20 and 30 and giving 1, 2, 3 and they are giving -1, -2, -3. They are asking find out row sums and then what column sums they are asking to find. Row sums and column sums they are asking to find. Row sum and column sums they are asking to find. What is this row sum? This is called what 60, and this is the sum is called what 6. This is a sum is called what -3. This is also called as what -6. This is a sum is called what 10, and this is called what 20, and this is called what 30. This sums I want to find. Write a Python program for finding the row sum and column sum. Will you do it? We always do in the BTech sum of two numbers, reverse of a number, factorial of a number. With that, total 4 years will be over. After 4 years, what is the situation of the candidate? That things will not be there in any of this. Even startup companies also, they don't ask this type of things I want. And one more thing I'm going to take up. This is my list. 1, 2, 3. Prepare how many number of possible subsets? Prepare the number of possible subsets. There are wonderful examples I'll tell you. Number 1, and next is called a 1, 2, and next is called a 1, 3. These are all possible subsets. One more is called 1, 2, 3, and next is called what 2, 2, and the next is 2, 3, and next is called what 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 over, and what is this next? 2, 1, 3, and next is called what 3, 1, 2. Like this, I will prepare empty list also. These are all called what possible number of empty sets. Possible number of sets. Possible number of set list I will prepare. Will you write a code? Write a Python program to do this. These are all called modern examples. In this class only that will happen. It never happens in any place. How people are teaching Python, they are teaching like a C language. They are teaching like a C language everywhere because they don't know what is the actual fragrance of Python. Actual fragrance of Python, they don't know. They are teaching like a C language. They are thinking that they are learning Python. Student don't know this. So when student go to real time, tomorrow you will realize what exactly Python is. So anyhow, coming to the point of it. So this is a called list, and we are going to talk about the empty list. So when you are going to vegetable shop, you are going to take what bag? Is it containing any vegetables in the bag beginning? No. What is that list? What is that bag is called? Empty bag. When BTech exams are over, after 1 month exams written, you will relax for 1 month. After that, if you knock your brain, anything is there in the brain. Anything is there. Even if you open it and if you look at microscope also, not even find subject names also. You'll find the order of the subjects also. Why? Practical knowledge is not there. They have practical knowledge. Suppose you take your mobile. Mobile you don't touch for 1 month. You will say inside the settings what is there, inside the gallery what is there, inside the WhatsApp what is there. Everything you will listen. Why? Daily will do that only. Right or not? And the people who set the mobile shops and all those things on the shops and all, are they mobile professionals? Huh? Have they done MTech in mobile technology? Done? Huh? Even you don't do, they will do it. Have they studied any mobile technology course in BTech? Huh? Then how they do it? Practical knowledge. Correct or not? Same software development also. Practical knowledge is important. So come to the point of it. So here I'm going to take up. We have two types of list objects. So I'm going to write it in Python programming. In Python programming, we can create two types of two types of list objects. Two types of list objects. List objects. Two types of list objects. Come to the point of it. Come to the point of it. Here I'm going to take up. They are number one. I'm going to talk about it. Number one, I will talk about it. What is that? Empty list. Spell out empty list. Empty list. Second one is called what? Non-empty list. Non-empty list. Spell out all of you. Non-empty list. When we don't know anything, when SAR says known thing, you have to spell out. When you sit like a statue, Nothing will come. Spell out empty list. Right. Empty list and then non-empty list. Now I want to tell you what is empty list, how to create empty list, what is the content of it. One by one, I will tell you. Let us start with the empty list here. Empty list, I'm going to tell you now. Empty list. We'll go for this. Coming to the point of it, empty list I'm going to take up. So let us start with an empty list here. So empty list is containing any data? Hmm. Is it containing any data? No. How many number of values are there in empty list? Zero. Simple. Like that. Now I'm going to write it. An empty list is one. An empty list is one. An empty list is one which does not contain, which does not contain any, which does not contain elements, any elements, and whose length is, whose length, whose length is zero. Whose length is zero. Are you following me? So coming to the point of it, whose length is zero. Now I'm going to write it. How to create an empty list. Now I'm going to talk about it. Look at students. I'm going to take it. S is equal to double quotes started, double quotes ending. What is this? What is this? What is that? str. If I write Python in the double quotes, what is this? Both str. This is called non-empty str. Muddubabulu, this is called a non-empty str. LN of S is called what? 6. Actually, I expected an answer from you. S is equal to what? I said LN of S is called what? 0. Where I said this concept in bool data type typecasting level, I said. Bool typecasting, I said. Said or not? Said or not? Yes. But are you remembering? No. Brain is empty. Knock it, knock like that. Big sound is coming. Knock like that. Daily morning you knock like that. Empty sound. Read the Python notes and knock like that. No sound will come. Full, no sound. Just knock like that. You will get problem only. So come to the point of it. LN of S is 0. LN of S is 0. This is what? Empty str. Like that, I'm going to talk about it. You only tell me. What should I write it? What should I write it? Square bracket start, square bracket end, because this is the notation of what? Square double quote start, double quotes end. This is double square bracket start, square brackets end. Tell me, ma, what is this now? LST print of LST comma type of LST, type of LST. See, empty printed. LN of LST, what is the value? 0. This is called what list? Empty list. Sir, why to create this empty list? I'll tell you. List is containing so many values, students. Somebody asked, get the elements of the list which are even numbers. What I will do? I'll create one empty list. I'll take the first element. We'll check whether it is even or odd. If it is even, I'll put it into my empty list. Next element I will check. If it is not even, I will go to next value. If it is even, again we'll put it. I'll go for buying mangoes by taking empty bag. If mango is good, put it in the bag. If mango is not good, search for next mango. Good, put it in the bag. Not good, search for next. I'll go on taking until my bag is full. So beginning you are taking empty list or not. That's why in the programming, this is very, very important. Another way to create an empty list is, another way to create an empty list is something like this. LST1 is equal to list of, list of, list of. This is called one typecasting function. LST1 is equal to LST of. It is also one typecasting function. Print of LST1 comma type of LST1 type of LST1 LN of what? LST1. See the answer now. Also called what? 0. How many syntaxes are there to create an empty list? 2. Come on, tell me. Variable name is equal to like this, like this. One more I will write it here itself. Here I will write it one more thing. Tell me. Variable name is equal to, variable name is equal to, what I'll write it? List of. This is comes under, this is comes under definition of what? empty list. Example, I will keep it here. Example, I will keep it now. This is called empty list. Length of that is called 0. Length of that is called 0. And this is going to be called like this. And this is a value, something like 0 here. I hope students, you people are understanding empty list. Shall I go to the next? Non-empty list also I want to explain. Non-empty list I want to explain here. Very, very simple. Non-empty list I'm talking. Let me talk about non-empty list. Really, it's very, very important. Look at students, very, very important. Here I'm going to talk about non-empty list. Strictly speaking, LST1 is equal to, as I said, 10 comma RS comma 23.24. Like this I'm taking. This is an example of what, students? LST1. And LEN of what here? LEN of what here? LST1, which is called 3. Contains elements whose length is greater than 0. That is called what? Non-empty list. Non-empty list. Very good. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. This is one example. This is the one example. Well, now I'm going to enter into the further. Now I'm entering into the further. I'll write a definition here. A non-empty list is one. Here I'll write it. A non-empty list is one. A non-empty list is one. List is one, which contains, which contains, which contains elements, which contains elements, and whose length is greater than 0. Whose length is greater than 0. Whose length is greater than 0. Now I'm taking what here? Syntax I'm going to take. Variable name is equal to, variable name is equal to, careful, value 1 comma, value 2 comma, so on, what you know, students. Value n I will write it. This is called one syntax. This is one syntax. Let me talk about the another syntax also. Multiple syntaxes, let me give you two. I'm going to take up one more kind of thing. As you know that into to float you are converting. Into to what? Float. Can I convert into to float? By using which concept? Typecasting. Typecasting concept. What is this now? Float off. Float to int, can I convert it? By using which function? Int off. Like that. Today, I have an object called what you know? S is equal to Mississippi. Mississippi. Spell out Mississippi. The question in the interview point of view, find the number of occurrences of every letter in the given word. Find the number of occurrences of the letters in the given word. M is available how many times? I is available how many times? S is available how many times? P is available how many times? Print the data. M is available how many times? I will say here M is available one time. M is available one time. S is available how many times? 4 times. I is available how many times? 4 times. P is available how many times? Huh? 2 times. And this is totally how many times? 11 times it is 11 times it is available. So coming to the point of it, sleeping. You only. Sleeping. Sleeping. You are about to fall down. I looked at it. Take care. Take care. So coming to the point of it, this is called what? 11 letters are available. So how to find that? They will ask a question. This is a question in the interview point of view. Find the length of the string without using len function. Find the length of the string without using len function. How do you find? No way, you cannot find. Because sir said len, you are enjoying. And I said I will give the question as what? Write a Python program to find the length of the string without using len function. What you will do? You will look at where is my sir? Sir is not there. That's why sir, when sir is not there means sir shadow is there in your brain. Sir brain has to keep it. That is what is my 100% guaranteed efforts I'm keeping on you, and that you have to get it. How to do it, sir? How to do it? I'm going to take up explaining this. X is equal to 0. For value in for value in S, X is equal to X plus 1 and X plus 1. Print of what? Len is equal to what? Comma x. What is an answer? 11. Got it. Got it. No Len here. I got the length. Simple code I wrote it. Another way is there. Another way is also there. How to do that? That is what I am going to tell. Miracle programming I am going to explain. To understand all those things in a just left and left finger, you need to remember all these things. Okay, look at that. Len of S. Now I'm converting. What is this type, ma? What is this type? S comma type of what? S. It is called what? str. I want to go for converting this str into which type? List type. LST is equal to what? List of S. List of S. What is this S? S is an object of str which contains more than one element. All sequence type, all list type, or set type, dict type, these are all called what? Containing elements more than one. Their nature is containing the elements more than one. These objects are known as what? Iterable object we can call. Spell out. What is an iterable object? Iterable object is one which contains more than one element. Is called which object? Iterable object. Non-iterable objects are those. Non-iterable objects are those which contains only one value. Only one value. All fundamental data type values are what? Non-iterable object. The rest of the data types are comes under what? And a non-type data type also containing single value. That is also comes under what? Non-iterable object only. So out of 14 data types, 5 belongs to what? Non-iterable, and 9 belongs to what? Iterable. So don't forget that. Now I'm converting into what? A string value converted into LST. How it is available in LST, students, you know? LST is equal to, in the bracket, M is available like that. I is available like that. Letter by letter it is available. Print of what, you know? LST comma type of what here? LST. Type of LST. So I'm going to get Mississippi, something like this. Are you able to follow now? So with this, I can count how many number of M's are there, count how many number of S is there, how many types of P's are there. I can print the values like this. S is equal to, I'm writing like this. Now I'm writing like this. So read out this. Huh? So I want to find out how many A's are there, how many B's are there, how many K's are there, how many D's are there. These are the regularly asking words in the exams of real time. Mississippi, abracadabra. Like that, how many A's are there, how many B's are there, how many D's are there, occurrences of each letter. Find the frequency count of every line, every letter. Frequency of every letter. These are all called very regularly asking questions. So this I am converting into which type? List type I am converting. List type. How do you convert into? List is equal to LST of what? Yes. I will print that LST here. I'll print that LST here. Like that we got it. So this is not only string data, you can convert. LST is equal to, directly I am writing range of like this. Range of 10 comma 21 comma 2. 21 comma 2. What is the meaning of that? This will give you what values? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That values I am keeping in where? Is it not called typecasting or not? Yes. Come on here. Print of this LST. Is it not called the list of values coming or not? Yes, very simple. These are all called what? Converting what objects? Come on. List of which object I am writing? Iterable object. Iterable object. I am writing here iterable object. That is getting converted. Here I will write it iterable object. Iterable object is one contains what? More than one element. So S is called string data converted into list type, converted into list type, and this data also str type converted into list type, and got this data converted into this type. I hope you are following this now. Coming to this place now. Here I am going to write it. Iterable object. If you want here, I can write it. Here, iterable object is one which contains. Iterable object is one contains more than one value. More than one value. That is known as what? Iterable object. Now I'm going to tell you syntax number 3. And what are the possibilities will be coming in front of you in the real time I'm talking. Variable name is equal to, now I'm going to write it. Look at A is equal to 10. What is the type of A? What is the type of A? Enter. Type of A is enter. Now I want to convert into list. Convert. Come on, convert. List is equal to, list is equal to list of A. List of A. Now see the error you see. If I ask this question directly like that, you will say the answer. But what is that now? Error. Error it is. You cannot convert like this. You cannot convert like this. That means if you want to go for typecasted, the data which you are passing inside should contain what? More than one value must present. So read out. Int object is not iterable. Very, very important. Very, very important. Then how to do, sir? Then how to do that? How to do? Come on, start with. You got an error. Then what is an alternative solution then? Can you say that it is not possible? We should not. We have to go for what? Alternative way. Come on, carry on. A is 10. LST is equal to, I am saying that A like this I am writing. Valid, invalid? Valid, invalid? Valid. See the answer now. See the answer now. LST here. I'm writing LST here. It is going to be treated as what? N. Getting my point? So I got this one. Alternatively, we can work out like this. We can work out like that. So this is an alternative mechanism. Try to follow me carefully. This is the way. Now I'm asking one more question. Directly I'm asking. LST is equal to list of 10.75. Valid or invalid? Come on. Invalid. Because float object is what? Then how can I make it? If you want to make it, put it inside of like that. Put it inside like this. What is this is called? List. Converted into what? List. Actually, this is called what? Float. Put it in which bracket? List bracket. Converted into which type? That is possible. Print of LST students. Now LST got it. Are you following me? Yes. Now S is equal to Python. S is equal to Python. If we want to convert Python as Python 1 by 1, you go for converting into what? LST is equal to what? A list of S you say. So that you will get like a Mississippi kind of answer. But I don't want to take it as what? MISS separately. I want to treat it as a Python as a single word only. That time I will write it as what? Like this. Did you understand? See the answer now. This is called Python. It's one single word only will be coming. Are you following, ma? Yes, this is called a very, very important. I'm going to take up here and try to paste it here. It is an error here. These are important. So here I got it float type and I got it here. S value got it. List type I got it and printed this data. And further, I'm going to enter into this level. So here I'm going to write it. Tell me list of list of, I can take up square bracket. Inside of that, I'm writing what? Iterable object, non-iterable object, non-iterable object, non-iterable object. I can write non-iterable object. Even you can write iterable object also, no problem. So at this point of time, you adjust it. Here I will write a non-iterable object I am writing. Here, non-iterable object contains one value only. One value only. In other way around, You can write like this also. In other way around, you can write like this also. What is the way you can write? Directly. Instead of that, you can write like this also. Non-iterable object you have written only like this. Already you have seen like this. Are you seeing like this? That is also called which type? List type. List type. This is also possible. These many number of syntaxes are available like this. Clear or not clear? Clear. So go to that. This is already mentioned here. This is comes under the example part of what? Non-empty list. This is a property of list. So you are very happy when I say this list. I can say list is over. I can say list is over. And you are very happy about all these things. But if we go to an interview, if we go to the real time, this is only the concept. Like your while loop in your colleges. If you go to any MNC company, will they ask any questions on while loop? Draw a flow chart for while loop. Draw the explanation for while loop. Will they ask like that? They never ask. They will ask what? Applications on what? While loop they will ask. Applications on what they will ask? List. Now I am entering into the most important area called what? Predefined functions in list. Now I am introducing the libraries. Okay, slow. Up to here is called what? Concept. Wherever list is coming, these points you read and then go. These points are making you to answer anything. Now I'm entering into the predefined functions in list. This is the most important. What I covered is only 20%. What I'm covering now is called 60% I'm going to cover now. This is called most important. Most important. Students will listen theory very carefully and they will understand, and when the programming is coming they will be going to back. Because of that only people are not getting the proper packages. You are getting something like less packages will come because of no practical grounds. To improve the practical grounds it will take a lot of time. So if you go for other than Python, if you see their packages, still even though they are getting 8 to 9 years, still they are under 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs only. Actually, 8 to 10 years is coming. Minimum package required is at least 20 lakhs is required. 20 lakhs per annum. So, being a Python student as a fresher itself is supposed to receive 6 to 7 at a fresher level, because your package depends on your caliber. If you are much caliber, you will be getting higher end packages. If you don't know anything and they won't take first of all, even if they select it, they will see 1 or 2 months after that, they will give pink slip for you saying that next month is the last. That's why improve your coding standards. Now I'm entering into where? Predefined functions in list. I'm going to enter into predefined functions in list. So far, what we understand in the list? What we understand with the list? We do the operations on list we using what? Selecting the data, selecting single value, selecting group of values, modifying the single value, modifying group of values we did. Correct or not? That will be done by using what? Index as well as what values we got it. Answer my question. Getting, come on, getting what value? Getting what value? Single value. By using what? Indexing. Next is called what? Getting, getting group of values. Getting group of values. Group of values. Group of values. By using what? Slicing. Next, updating single values. Updating which values? Single value. By using what? Indexing. Updating single value by using what? Indexing. Updating group of values by using what? Slicing. Updating group of values by using slicing. Here I will write it. Updating. These things we are going to write it. Updating group of values by using what? Slicing. These are the operations you have done it. Now I want to remove duplicates. I want to remove the duplicate values. Are you following this? I want to remove the third element. I want to remove the fourth element. I want to do some removals. I want to insert the elements. These are all called what? Another operations I want to do. How to do that operations? That I am going to explain by using what? Functions. First of all, in the beginning days, I said to you, what do you mean by function? Did you remember what do you mean by function? What is the function I said? What is the use of function? Performs operation. Last class, beginning, I said function is nothing but what? Operation, which will perform. Print is a function. Print is a function. You already know print is a function. ID is a function. LEN is a function. Bin is a function. Oct is a function. Hex is a function. You have seen so many. List is a function. Int of is a function. str of is a function. See how many functions are there. In C language, how many functions you know? Only 8 functions you know. Printf, scanf, CLR, SCR, printf, scanf, CLR, SCR, strlen, strcpy, strcmp, strcat. Next is called getch. That's all. Total BTech is over. But when you come to my Python, you are learning more than 1000 functions you are learning. When you go to interview, who will stop you? With 9 functions, what you will do? You will go to home only. You will enter into red bus and you will go to home. There is only one thing is left out. Other than that, you can't do anything. Though you are a bodybuilder, you cannot do anything because you don't know subject. Don't know subject means you have to do odd jobs. What odd jobs? Weightlifting, carrying weightlifting. If you know brain, good brain, subject building, will sit in AC room and you will do. So go to the place and then try to understand updating single value, updating group of values, and then done like this. You're able to follow now? So coming to the point of it, I want to do some operations here. How to do these operations? How to do these operations? I'm writing so many functions here. Try to listen. And during these functions explaining, na, online students will get lot of doubts and they will go on asking. Offline students will get the doubt, but they don't ask. Sir may say something. Out of 100% you take students generally, which I observed in my student time and then teaching line and all. 85% students don't ask doubts. What sir says, they will say like this. And they will go to home. 15% students, 5% students will ask doubts. And 10% students, shall we ask doubt? No, no. Ask doubt? No, no. They will see the mood of the sir. Like that. So only 5% people will ask the doubts. See, students, one thing. Ask doubts. No doubt in that. Ask. But read the notes and then ask in my class specially. So because you are paying fees now. You have the right to ask the doubt. Most welcome to ask the doubt, provided you must read the notes and then ask any doubt. No problem. Now I'm going to start with what are the functions. So rough work I am writing. Why rough work? Because some excitement students will be there. They will be asking some doubt. The doubt I will clarify in the class because that's why I'm writing all of them. Number one, I'm explaining first function called append. I will explain all of them. I am writing it. Number two, I am writing insert. Insert. Number three, I am talking about remove. Remove function. I am talking about it. Number fourth function I am writing pop off index I am explaining. Number five I am explaining about pop off. Number six I am explaining about clear off. First time you are seeing all these things. Number seven you are going to number six. Here I am writing del operator I am explaining. Del is not a function. Del is not a function ma. Del operator I am explaining. Seventh one I am going to ask about index of I am explaining. Eighth one I am explaining here called count of. Ninth one I am explaining copy of. Tenth one I am explaining called what you know reverse of. Next 11th one I am explaining it is called sort of. 12th one I am explaining that is called what extend of I am explaining. These many functions I am going to explain. Sir, where these functions are there in list? Where they are available in list? Sir, how can I check this list, sir? Printf and scanf is present in where? Printf and scanf present in where? Yesterday, have you seen it? No. Sir said, we are saying that. Have you seen it? By going to the documentation, have you seen it? No. So yesterday, I said one incident in the class. Today he came and he is not looking at me. Today I asked, what about yesterday's doubt? Sir, I asked my sir. Sir said, who asked this question? He said, who asked this question? Sir, somebody asked this question. Tell me who said, then I will tell them. He said, in one place, one sir asked. He said, okay, tomorrow I will tell you. Don't worry, he said, it seems. Tomorrow never comes. So he said to me, sir, tomorrow, you only said tomorrow never comes, sir. You don't know, he said directly. Then I shown him where is what is main function. I explained to that student only. I explained to that student only. For you also, I'll explain. Python does not contain main, but wherever main is present, I will show in the class. That's why faculty should have a deep knowledge in the subject. Faculty must be intelligent during the studies. First in class, from 10th class onwards, first in the class it should be. That type of faculty will make you intelligent. If you learn under Moddu faculty guidance, you will become Moddu. Other students don't understand what is this Moddu. Moddu means blunt, blunt. Knife is there, which will not cut the paper also. Under that guidance, if you learn it, student will become like that only. Correct or not? Right. Let us move to the further. Now I'm going to enter into where? Help of what? List. Help. You know help now? It is showing the documentation. Come on. What is help on? Class list. What is this list? Come on. List of. You have seen list of now? Come on. What is this now? Iterable. Come on, add this double underscore things. You don't worry, my dear student. Double underscore things I'll take care. Right now, don't worry. Most useful thing. Come on, start with append of, clear of, copy of, count of. You've seen already. I wrote in the class. Extend of, index of, insert of, pop of, remove of, reverse of, sort of. That's all. That's all. All of them came or not? All of them came. All of them came or not? Yes. If I go to interview, what are the operations you will do? You can tell to interviewer, I will do 12 operations on my list. Can you write all the 12 operations? Yes. And you need not to remember this. I'll just go to where? Help. I will look at immediately that strike will come in my brain. Understood this? This is way of learning. Documentation you need to open and you need to. Who developed this documentation? Guido van Rossum developed it. That documentation order. First hand knowledge you need to get it. Second hand knowledge, adding some spicy to the subject. If you eat it, food poison will come generally. This subject poison. Subject poison will give you unemployment. When unemployment comes, the surrounding people will be disturbed. Your parents, sisters, brother, all of them will be disturbed because of one person career is wrong. If one person career is good, other people automatically set right. That's why subject knowledge is so important. Now I'm going to enter into the one by one this concept I will introduce. Did you understand the names of that? Now I'll go to a small wording I want to take up. Small wording I want to take up. Then I'll move to the further. So here I'll take predefined functions in list. I'll just want to take up this data. I'll just want to write it here and I'll move to the further. So here I wrote it. Start with this. On the object of list, we can perform indexing and slicing. Along with these operations, we can perform different type of operations by using predefined functions present in where? List object. They are one by one I want to discuss. Shall I start discussing now? Yes. So let us start learning that. So very easy. So I'm going to talk the first function here. First function I'm going to take up. And while I'm discussing, you'll get lot of doubts also. I will most welcoming your doubt, but listen it. All the doubts will be cleared. Okay. Let us go to first function. This is my list of students. Online students, carefully follow RS 45.67. This is my data. Print of LST comma, type of LST comma, and ID of what? LST. My requirement today is, I want to add some new element. I want to add some new element. Immediately, what doubt you will get it? Sir said that add a new element. First doubt you will get it. I want to add an element in the last. I want to add an element in the middle. I want to add a group of elements in the last, group of elements in the middle. This is a doubt you will get it. That I will explain one by one in the class. Okay, na? Because I am only one person. Four things I cannot explain at a time. No? One by one, I will explain. So what are the insertion? What are the additions you tell me? What do you want? Answer now. Adding an element in the last, adding an element in the middle, adding group of elements in the last, adding group of elements in the middle. That are called addings. Correct or not? Come on. LST dot. These are the functions present into which object? LST. LST. So these functions must be accessed with respect to what? Object name only. So see students, so far what we did, directly we are accessing with what? Print of. Directly we accessed with what? List of. List of. Directly we accessed with what? ID of. Like this we accessed it. But today we are accessing. These are all called particular methods belongs to which object? List object. List object. Particular methods present into where? List object. Coming to the point of it, students, one announcement I want to give because 5:30 is becoming. Tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday because Institute announced a holiday for celebrating Independence Day. Okay. So tomorrow is a holiday. Next class is on Friday. Tomorrow is holiday. Next class is on Friday. And they are preparing where to go. The moment I said holiday, they are discussing, oh, tomorrow holiday, where to go like that. Don't go anywhere. Don't go like a politicians. Don't move here and there. By sitting, standing on the road, don't tell like that. Because you are not a politician. Freedom already got it what? 1947 only. Every day you are freedom only. Correct or not? So that's why not only on August 15th to celebrate the flag hosting, daily you are freedom guy only. Correct or not? That's why read the notes at the same time. So, hmm, so we don't have class tomorrow, right? So I already announced, na? I already announced it. Tomorrow class is not there. Again question. So we don't have class tomorrow, right? Wrong. Wrong. For Nadasa, there is a class tomorrow. For only Nadasa, there is a class tomorrow. For others, there is no class. So coming to the point of it. So Malvika is asking how to get the occurrence of each letter from Mississippi. Please tell after the end of the class. Okay. So Malvika is asking. So coming to the point of it. Coming to the point of it. Forbidden. Fardin is a join compulsory in flag hosting nearby school, colleges, or nearby society. Okay. Join. Coming to the point of it. Coming to the point of it. See that. Look at students. Coming to this point. LST dot. LST dot. LST dot. I'm going to write it. Append. Append. What I'm doing? Append is a function calling with respect to what? LST object. LST dot append of value I want to add. What is the value I'm adding? Something like Python I'm adding. Appending meaning is what you know? Adding the element at the end. Adding the element at the end. Append function present into which object? List object. These are called specific functions we can call. Specific means one place only they are present in. Which place it is? list place they are present in. LST dot append of Python. The value Python is appended to what? LST. So it is added. Print the data. It is Python is added in the ending. At which address? So it is a mutable or immutable? Mutable or immutable? Mutable. So coming to the next, again I want to add it. Again I want to add the data. LST dot, LST dot, append of, I'm writing here, 2 plus 3j, I'm adding. When I'm adding 2 plus 3j, to whom I'm adding? LST. Where it is adding? At the end only. At the end only. Print of this LST here, 2 plus 3j, is added in the last or not? So append function is used for what? Adding a single element at the end of the list. At the end of the list. So you may get a doubt immediately. Sir, can I add more than one element at a time? That is your doubt. Now the doubt is you may ask LST dot append or you want to add the elements 10, 20, 30 like that. You will get error. You will get error. Error will come. LST dot append of 10, 20, 30, you will get error. So see the error. Error will come. Error is coming. So how do you go for avoiding that? That's why I prepared a concept called in my list here. Here I'm going to write it. What is the concept name is available here? Inner or nested list, we can go for it. So Bunny Sri asking, sir, how to count repeated letters? Very exciting, over exciting. Malbika and Bunny Sri. Girls, these are girls. Girls means I have to tell very softly. Boy means directly. The girls, na 33% reservation. Okay, ma. If you wait, I will tell you. Because I'm discussing na Malbika and Bunny Sri, both of them. I'll tell you, ma. If you hold on at the end of the class, compulsory I will show you. So Malbika doubt I am remembering. Malbika doubt I am remembering. Plus, I will go for what? How to count the repeated letters. That also I'll tell you. Okay, ma? Don't worry. Let me continue the class. So here you got it. Error, right? How do you go for that? For that, I will go for writing like this. Writing like this, I said. This part is called what? Added. This part you print the LST. This is added as a inner list. It is added. Inner list. It is added as a inner list. See, my dear student, this is called as what? Inner list. Inner list concept I'll explain separately. Right now, don't worry. Inner list separately, I put it in the index. This is known as what? This is known as what? Outer list. This is known as what? Inner list. I'll explain separately inner list concept for you. Okay, now? So right now, don't worry about the inner list concept now. Are you able to follow, students? Well, now I'm going to enter into the further. So append function is used for adding one element at a time at the end of which list? Which list? Existing list. So I'm going to tell you the example here. Examples I'm going to tell you. So try to look at that. Try to look at this. Here I'm going to write it. Here I'm going to write it. Here I'm writing like this. This is my data. One more example I will tell you, ma. One more example I'll tell you. All of you look at. I'm having this list. What is this list, students? Empty list. LST dot append of 10. LST dot append of what you know. Append of what you know. TR is one scientist name. LST dot append of, I'll write it Python. Python I will write it. Now I'll write it LST dot append of any value you can take it. True, I can pass it. Print of this LST, is it added or not? In the same order, whatever order is inserted, in the same order, at which address, ma? This is called adding the data to the empty list. They will ask you, how do you add the data to the empty list? How do you add the data to empty list? By using which function? Yes. Did you understand what is the meaning of that? What is the use of appending? Adding an element at the end of existing is called what? is called what? Appending. So what is the syntax here? Syntax I want to write it. All the functions with the beautiful examples I will tell you. What is this now? List obj dot append of what? Value. I will write this function is used for adding adding the value to the list at the end of existing elements of list in the bracket called appending. Called what? Appending. Adding an element always at the end is called what? Appending. Whoever is coming late, they will go on sitting at the ending only. A blue t-shirt, stand up. What are you doing? Stand up. Blue t-shirt. What are you doing? What is appending? What is appending? ఏం రాదు మళ్ళా ఏదో చేస్తున్నావు ఆడ. నీకేం రాదు మళ్ళీ ఏదో చేస్తున్నావు. ఏమొచ్చని మాట్లాడుతున్నావు నువ్వు? బ్యాక్ సైడ్ నిల్చోపోయి. నెక్స్ట్ రెడ్ షర్ట్, స్టాండ్ అప్. డౌటా? సబ్జెక్ట్ డౌట్? Subject doubt? Your subject doubt? Then why you are talking? Is it your college? Then what is the discussion going on? Here. What are you saying? ఏం లేదా? కొత్తగా మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారా? ఏం లేదు. ఏం లేకుండానే మాట్లాడతావా? If you don't tell next class, you are out of order. Don't come to my class. What you are discussing, I need to know. Subject doubt? No subject doubt. Don't why to talk? You have doubt? You have doubt? Then if nobody is having the doubt, why discussion? Outside things discussing? Not discussing anything, but talking. If you tell what you are talking, then you are allowed to the further class. Otherwise, end of the class. Today, hi, bye. Tomorrow, celebrate the Independence Day, go to home. Nilcho, nilcho. Go to the point back. Here I am going to say this is a append function. So let me look at both of you. Okay. Now here, this is the one we are coming to this place. So here, appending the data, you have done it. So are you able to follow this? Right. So here I'm going to talk append the data. Next is called what function? Insert. Insert function I will explain. This is called the next function is called insert. Here I'm going to talk about it. Here I'm going to talk about it. Insert. Insert I'm going to talk. This I will explain on. Time is almost over. This is tomorrow I will explain. That is Friday class. Friday class I will explain. Malvika doubt and Banisri doubt I will show you, because that's why I'm stopping my class. Friday class at sharp 4:10 p.m. So Malvika doubt and Banisri doubt is how to count repeated letters and how to find the letters Mississippi, how to tell at the end of the each occurrence of the things. For that, look at here I'm writing. Of course, that I'm telling in the class, but girls are much excited. That excitement I don't want to say. Boys means definitely I will say. Wait at the end of in the loops I'll tell. But girls now 33% reservation. I want to tell on the spot to them. Because girls are important to the nation. Tomorrow all political people will tell lectures. So come to the point back. So here I'm going to say, look at. I'll take one data. D is equal to, I'll take like this. What I'm going to take is here. Actually, don't understand the code, but I'm trying to tell you. So I'm going to tell you here for value in where CH, for value in S, I'm taking if I'm writing if I'll write it value in D. If value in D, actually you don't know in all these things you don't know, but I'm still writing the code D D of D of value is equal to 1. I will write it. 1 I will write it. I'm writing else here. I'm writing I'm writing there, I'm writing there, d of value, d of value is equal to d of not in, I need to write student. It's missing something. So I'll take the data, s is equal to d of like this, value, value not in, value not in. Yes, I will write it. This I will write it. Else I am writing, else I am writing. I am writing there d of val, d of val is equal to d of val, d of val, val plus 1 I will write it. D of val plus 1 I will write it. I'll print, I'll print for k comma v in d dot items. Items I am writing. Print of what I am writing, print of I am writing there. K, I'll print that, and I'm writing dot the format of k comma v. I just wrote it like this. M is available how many times? I is available how many times? S is available how many times? P is available how many times? That is called the code of how to find the number of occurrences of every letter. Banishri, Malbika, happy ma? Both of them I want to see. So here, Malbika, Banishri, are you happy? So Banishri is asking what is items. That is coming in the dictionary. Now you cannot explain them because it is coming in where? Dictionary. In dictionary that is going to come. In dictionary. See our data types. Where is my data type? Dictionary. Where I am in now? List. So I cannot jump like a academic teachers. Here from here to here, third floor to first floor to second floor. I don't want to jump like this. So okay, ma Banishri, Malbika, both of you. Malbika, are you there, ma? So no problem, ma. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You won't understand, but you are having excitement to understand. So sorry for asking this, did not understand. But suppose if I don't tell this, you will think what? Generally, sir don't know. Generally, even I think like that. Even you should also think like that. But I will tell that I am expert in coding. I'll tell everything. Yes. Anything you ask, I'll tell. I'm expert in coding. And you don't feel the sir is giving certificate to himself. I mean, 27 years onwards, I'm sitting in this chair. He'll make you diamond in my class, provided when you listen my words. When you talk like that, today is the end for them. Today they will celebrate, tomorrow they will celebrate Independence Day. Next day they will go to home only. So, okay, ma Banishri and Malbika, don't worry. This concept I am going to tell in the classes. Nobody understand. Who understand this? Nobody understand. Why to worry about it? I'll explain in the classroom. Don't worry. So I'll stop my class and Monday class that is a Friday class when I come back, I'll go for what? Continuation of this work. I'll keep as it is. I will post as it is this one. Write the notes up to here and don't write in the notes Friday 4 p.m. like that. Don't write. Don't write rough work also. Don't write. Just write up to what? Append function. Keep the heading called insert. Don't write this. Okay, now don't write like that. Okay. Now coming to, I'll stop my class. Next class is on Friday. Last chance for you. What you are discussing and you is a blue shirt. You are over smart. You are keeping like that, adjusting by yourself like that and talking. Don't fold the hands. In my point, the more obedience is a drawback. Folding hand, do you think that I will allow you? I don't want any politeness. Show your subject. Show your subject. That's all. To have politeness here, no internal marks I have in my packet. Uh, You learn subject from me. You extract subject from me. I'm happy. Talking in my class, I will fire directly because we are not for commercial. This is what I'm trying to say. So here, so he is sending the doubt again and again. Who is this? Anaya is sending. Byte is equal to B, print of this, L value. B is equal to like this, print of value. D is equal to hello world. This is comes under what? B hello world only. How can we say this is called like this? He is saying there only and he is printing there only. I am talking about end-to-end encryption over the network. I am talking about it. When I come to that, I already said in my class, when I go to the networking here, when we go to the networking here, I expected this type. I said that in the client chart and then what? Server chart. There I am going to tell you. There I am going to use the function called a decode function. I am going to use it. This already I said. I already said over excitement. Still no problem. Student will have over excitement required. So I'll tell you all these things because I said in the beginning of that example only, right? So nothing wrong in that. So most welcome, Kanaya. No problem. I'll remember this explanation. I'll give in the class. Explanation I will give in the class. Don't worry, Kanaya. I will explain when I come to that point. Okay, shall I stop my class? Yes. So next class is on Friday. Last and final. What you are talking, will you tell or close your chapter? No? What is that? నాకేం అర్థం అవ్వాలి. Just come here once. Class is over, students. Online students, class is over. If you want, you can go to, you can leave the session. చెప్పు